Welcome to the Life in Michigan podcast. Life in Michigan is more than an online magazine. We share the stories, experiences, and vibrant personalities that make the Great Lake State truly unique. In this podcast, we bring you inspiring, heartwarming, and sometimes unexpected conversations with people who call Michigan home. From the rugged beauty of the Upper Peninsula to the bustling creativity of Kalamazoo, we'll cover the stories and define what it means to live, work, and play in Michigan. Today we're chatting with Janelle Buttery, a true champion of local food and community connection. We first met Janelle when her title was the herder and acquirer of all things at Cognition Brewing in Marquette. It didn't take long for her to become our go-to guide for all things cool. If something creative or community-minded has happened in the UP, chances are Janelle knows about it. So grab a beer and let's get started. Janelle, how are you doing up there in the UP?
I'm doing well. Yeah, it's been a busy summer so far. I can't
Yeah,
believe it's June already.
it is crazy. It's already June. It's like, what the heck? How did this happen?
And you were just saying before we jumped on the podcast, that the smoke is like really like dense right now from the wildfires.
Yeah, it's kind of wild. It just came in very suddenly to the point where people were asking like, "What's on fire? What's going on? Why is town so smoky?" I just saw a news report where they went to the top of Mount Marquette and did a video, and you can't even see town or the lake from the top of the mountain. Like that's how
Wow,
smoky it is.
that's
So,
crazy. Holy cow.
yeah, it's pretty
Wh-
wild.
yeah. Where are those wildfires at?
Manitoba, I guess, is what I heard.
Oh, okay.
So they're
Crazy.
kind of blowing down and over. But hopefully this rain we got just clears it up a bit because it's a red alert right now.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's a
So,
bummer.
I don't ever remember wildfire smoke being an issue when I was like until like the last couple years. How I don't know. We don't need to spend this podcast talking about it. But I'm just like, how did this happen?
well, science doesn't. Climate change isn't real, right? Like science
Right.
didn't prove that.
That's right. That's right. Oh,
But
so Janelle, we were thinking we would start in the beginning and have you, because we know you and we've met you and talked with you before, but everybody listening probably has no idea who Janelle Buttery is, and so we thought we'd have you tell a little bit about yourself and where you grew up and what led you to call Ishpeming home.
well, I actually grew up outside of Detroit, just outside the border in East Detroit, which I will never call it East Point because it's always East Detroit to me. Um, and I lived there till I went to college, which was up here in Marquette, at Northern Michigan University, and never really left, except I took a year off, and moved to Austin, Texas, and it was too hot, too crowded, and came back. I miss the lake. Once you've lived here for almost 30 years, it's really hard to be away from Lake Superior. Um, you form this bond and you can't really break it.
Yeah.
So,
Nice.
um, yeah, so I stuck around. I have dedicated my adult career, and I'm air quoting for those of you who can't see, uh, to local small business. I've worked in the food industry. I've worked for the Marquette Food Co-op. I've done anything from home health care to nannying to um, entrepreneurial things with my art, fiber arts, and soap making. And I've just recently launched a little side gig in making a sourdough bread subscription. But about, let's see, 6 years ago, 7 years ago, I found a little home with Cognition Brewery back in Ishpeming, and Jay Clancy, the owner, brought me on after actually doing a soap sale there
Oh,
for Ladies' Night, which is a big s- ladies' celebration during hunting season when all
Oh,
the
yeah,
hunters go off to camp. We kind of kicked it off then, and I started working for the brewery and eventually ended up in the management position and saw it through the expansion into the new brewery in Marquette of Cognition Brewery.
yeah, that's right. That's right.
Um,
They got all Norwegian on us.
yeah, yeah. We we had fun with that project. We had a lot of other things with that project, but a lot of
Yeah,
fun.
yeah, yeah, for sure.
Um, so yeah, I did that
I have
for
to say, I was
almost seven
really
years.
I was sad. I have to say, I was sad when when the cog moved from Ishpeming to Marquette. And I'm like, it's just it can't be the same. It can't be as good. And I go in there now and I'm like, this is fabulous. Like the space is so incredible now in their new space. It's like they belong there. Like it's great.
Yeah, it was hard. It was hard to say goodbye to that little tap room. We loved that space. We, intended to stay there for a while, but things just didn't pan out that way,
Hmm.
and so we just fully embraced Marquette, and they welcomed us with open arms, and somehow Marquette just can support,
Yeah, I
six
know.
plus breweries. It's
There's so
wild.
many breweries. Yeah, for like the size of that town, it doesn't seem like it's possible. But
Yeah,
they seem to all be doing really well, which is great.
yeah,
Yeah.
we love our beer and coffee houses and breweries.
And now
So
you're at Peace Pie, right?
yeah, I decided to take a little bit of a life change and moved on to operations management for Lori and Patty at Peace Pie Company, and I'm really loving it there. Get to be back in the creative food world and utilize, my small business management skills to help it grow into something really great,
Yeah,
greater than it already is.
yeah. That's another like fantastic little gem in.
So,
So is it really Marquette, or do they call that like South Marquette, or do they have like a?
the locals will refer to it as Soma, South Marquette. We've been toying around with the idea because we aren't part of the downtown district
Yeah,
association of
yeah,
creating our own little Soma district uh,
yeah, yeah,
authority, and we'll see how that plays out.
yeah. Nice, awesome. Yeah, you could have like a little social because uh is Driffa in near you
Hmm.
guys? Not too
Yep,
far,
yep.
right?
They're just kind of across the highway from us, so
Yeah, yeah.
yep.
Although I guess, what I was gonna say is you could have like a little social district where you can like carry around your beer and then go get some pie and have some coffee. But it
Yeah.
would probably not be a good idea to walk across the highway with a beer. So scratch that.
They'll just have to put a little over the highway
Oh yeah,
catwalk.
yeah. There you go.
Yeah, there
Yeah,
you go. There
perfect.
you go. You know, when I always think of Northern Exposure, do you remember that quirky little like
My gosh, that
show?
is my favorite show in the entire world. No lie. Every fall I start from season one, episode one, and watch it through all the way to the end every fall.
Really? Oh
I
man, I
do.
haven't watched it in a while. I gotta check it
Maybe
out.
we'll need to watch it
Yeah,
through.
yeah.
It used to be my favorite show, and I
It
wasn't
was.
sure if
Yeah.
it was the moose running down the middle of the road or it was the theme music or what was going on. But it was so quirky, and the people were close knit, and it was like all of these great characters. And that's what I imagine it's like. living in Ishpeming. Don't like, please just kind of keep my my little fantasy going on.
Yeah, I mean, definitely has the aspect of everybody knows everybody and whatnot. It's probably a little more, oh, I don't know. Scratch that. Never mind. Uh,
But you do have.
there's definitely I've never seen a moose walk down the middle of Main Street though.
Well,
Oh,
More
what's
like
it
people
like
on
living
four-wheelers.
there? I mean, is there tons of snow in Ishpeming? I mean, what's it like from day to day in Ishpeming?
Uh, in the winter, yes. Ishpeming is part of the beginning of what they call the Highlands, which goes all the way out till Michigami and north. And so often the snow is much more heavy out there.
Really?
Um, even, if you ask Jay the same question, he would tell you, Michigami gets just slammed. So.
crazy. And it's not that.
Anything closer to the lake doesn't get as much snow usually, just because it's a little
Ah,
warmer
okay.
with the water. But
Yeah.
no, Ishpeming's a fun little town. It's got a lot going on for being as small as it is and um, as rural as it is. One of the really great features that I love about it is Partridge Creek Farms and Partridge Creek Compost. They're both nonprofits, and they have helped grow community gardens. They have a farm to school program where they get the kids out and growing food and learning about local food. And they partner with the school kitchens and they buy up blighted properties and turn them into community orchards and things like that, where it's just really amazing the work that they're doing.
Yeah.
And then the compost is its own little entity that's grown from a sector of the farm doing vermiposting to now it is a full-on industrial composting
Really?
site. And they
Wow.
have a subscription that you can sign up for your home or your business. So at Peace Pie, we've cut our trash consumption into like a fraction of what it could be by recycling and using the composting. So all of our guests compost, we compost any of our kitchen waste, and it all goes back and gets recycled into dirt.
Wow. That's
Nice.
awesome.
Yeah,
That's
it's
very cool.
pretty neat.
Yeah.
Now,
Uh,
Chuck, help me remember, isn't that the same group that Barrel and Beam partnered with on a grant? And they were like, there was something to do with potatoes, I feel like.
Well, I know that they had we went to a exhibition or something at Barrel and Beam where they had people talking about composting because they have their herb gardens and such, and it was somewhat tied to um, the the test kitchen, the
Yeah.
Northwoods
Yeah, I
test
think
kitchen.
Alex from the test kitchen at Barrel and Beam participates and she utilizes some of their produce and things. And she also works with the school districts in doing some cooking and things with them too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's what it was. Because I do
Yeah.
remember that it was very cool just to be, to see how um, those businesses work together, and then just how much waste is like eliminated, because a lot of that just ends up if you're not composting, it's just going into a landfill, which then it doesn't get to break down because it's in a plastic bag, and yeah, so that's very
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. It's so nice to know that we're able to divert food waste from the landfills.
Yeah, awesome.
So.
So, from what I've seen, you seem drawn to creating spaces where people feel welcome and connected. Would you say that's true?
Yeah, that's kind of my passion, creating community, creating space for community and letting that grow into what it may be. It's a lot more uh, easy to do here just because we are so remote and, in a town of 6 or 7 thousand, or, Marquette County only having, you know, I don't know the exact number, don't quote me on this, but,
Yeah.
you know, a couple 100,000. It's much easier to get to know your neighbors and want to spend time with them than it is in a city. Um, and you kind of have to be a lot more intentional about creating that space because everybody's so spread out.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, that definitely is a passion for me.
So
So
what do you think sparked that? What was it, that in your life and growing up that you were like, I really want to help
I
build communities?
I think because I grew up in a city, uh, moving here and starting to learn and understand like what it's like to live in a small town or a rural space, and how those people are your neighbors. Those people are the people that look out for you and you look out for them. It just really kind of hit me and appealed to me and made me want to cultivate that culture. I was fortunate enough when I moved here to meet some really amazing people that we're all from here, and I think we all kind of had that same realization of like, wow, we grew up in a totally different world, but now we're here and we have each other and we want to keep this going,
Yeah.
we want to create that space to just be creative and be who we are and not judge one another and really just grow together.
Yeah. I think that's something that I'm not sure if it's like, what am I trying to say? I don't think I'm conscious of it, but I do feel that that's part of what the draw has been for us to go up to Marquette and Ishpeming and Nagani. Those little towns on, what is it, 42 or is it 28? I can't remember. But anyway, those little towns up north, and just because everything that we've ever done up there, we've always felt like super welcome, and people have been just happy to be around us, and so it's very welcoming.
Well, you
yeah.
guys are fun, so why wouldn't I be around you?
But I do think there is something about like when we started going up there, we almost at the very beginning got ensconced in the Jay Clancy kind of like vibe, right? Like, like he just like this like lovely person that you just want to be with. And and I mean, then there was you, like then like this like little group of people that we got to know there, like they became this like the fun people up there in Marquette. Like, I don't know, there's probably lots more, but I'm like, I felt like we got pulled into like this nice collective of people that all had sort of the same, like you're describing, the same interests, the same values.
Hmm.
Um, and wanting to be creative. I mean, you can't own a brewery if you don't want to be creative, right? That's a very creative space, right? So yeah,
Yeah, I mean our ethos with the brewery is pub is hub, same as in the UK, where that's where you go to meet your friends, that's where you go to hang out, that's where you go to socialize, that's where meetings happen, that's where, you know, people get together and knit or get together and do, music, and that's really important, you know,
Yeah, yeah,
super important to
yeah,
have that space where you can, I mean, to be a little cliche, it's like, creating your own cheers where you walk in and,
yeah,
yeah,
what's shaking? What's shaking, Jay?
yeah, yeah,
What's
yeah.
shaking, Danny?
yeah,
Whoever that's sitting at the bar, you always know, oh, it's Wednesday, Bob's gonna be there, or,
right,
it's it's comforting.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So,
So peace pie, it's not just about delicious dessert, it's about connection, community, and collaboration. We learned that the last time when we met with you
mhm.
and Lori in that interview. Like that was like when I was doing my notes and stuff. That was back in like 2024 we did that. That was a while ago, I think.
Yeah, we just turned like a year and a half old.
Yeah.
Um,
Nice.
so
A year and a
that's
half.
pretty fun. We're just ramping up for summer market season, and we have a lot of weddings we're catering, and
Wow.
starting to branch out into some different events and guest chef dinners. So yeah,
Oh,
definitely it's community minded and at Peace Pie too. I mean, that's actually we did a values exercise, and that's actually one of our values is community. Um, and I'm the one who collects all of the customer feedback and Google reviews and things like that. And that is one of the most repeated comments that we get and accolades that we get is that people love the sense of community and feeling like they belong and like they want to be there, and the coziness and the warmth that they get when they walk through the door from staff. And um, so that's feels good that we are achieving that goal.
yeah, yeah. And you guys do
So
like events, like I know you had what was it? Because I remember sharing the event on our calendar. It's like something to do with like knitting projects or different kind of projects in pie, and I can't now I'm blowing
yeah,
blank.
yeah, over the winter we just paused it for the summer just because everybody's so busy and scrambling around.
Yeah,
We only get 2.5 to 3 months if we're lucky of good weather.
yeah, you gotta take
Or as
advantage
they
of it.
say up here, bad sledding, uh, to get to the beach and garden and do all the things you want to do, go camping before the snow
Yeah,
comes again.
yeah.
But no, we were doing patterns, pies, and pastries.
That's what
It
it
Oh,
was.
was
wow.
Yeah,
a
yeah.
crafting night once a month where you could just get together and bring whatever art you were into and hang out and
And do
do
So,
and
it,
like, how
you
many
know?
people come? I mean, like, because all right, let me reframe this. We have a friend, her name's Bree, and she's trying to create this best I can describe it as a third place or a third space for people who are that are creative, that they want to craft and create together, not
Mhm.
just in their home studio, but they want to do it with other people, and they want to share in that. And so she's been talking about it, and we've been meeting with her, and and she's right now in the process of just kind of creating meetups and stuff like that. But how did that go? I mean, do you have like 20 people show up, or do you have two
Um,
people
it
show up?
it kind of varies week by week of what people have going on in their lives and the weather. The weather really thwarted us a few times because being that it was only once a month,
Right.
yeah.
we would try to reschedule it, but a lot of the times we just ended up having to postpone to the following month. But there could be anywhere from a dozen people to some nights just, two or three of us hanging out. And it's something actually that I carried over from the brewery too, because we did do that at the brewery.
Oh,
We did
okay.
it weekly there versus monthly. But
Do you think it helps
yeah.
to have it weekly so people get in the habit of like, okay, on Wednesday, I go do this on Wednesdays, right? Versus like where once a month it kind of falls off, right? Like it's
Yeah.
a little harder to
Yeah,
get
I'm
rhythm.
I'm kind of reconsidering and revamping, when we start back up in the fall if we want to do it more regularly. We just kind of thought we'd test the waters with it and see, who was interested and whatnot. And then we also have book club once a month. So we've partnered with a very sweet local business called Bramley's Books. Chelsea Bramley is amazing, and she started it as a mobile bookstore by converting an old city bus into
How
a,
fun.
a mobile book bus. And it was so popular that she then decided to just open a brick and mortar, and then she does still run the bus too for
Oh,
events and
cool.
things. So she's now on 3rd Street in a very cute, cute little shop. So we do book club with her the first Wednesday of every month.
Nice, nice. Yeah,
So
I'm pretty sure I've walked past that a few times, the bookstore and inside, because
Yeah, I
it's
think we've been in. We went
yeah,
in and bought
it's
some
not too
stuff
far
actually.
from. Yeah, we did. It's
It's
like
down the hill from Storm Cloud, I think, right?
not Stormcloud's not up there, but
Not Storm Cloud, I'm sorry. Black Rocks. I got you're on my brain.
oh no, you're thinking of a different bookstore. There, that is another very cool local bookstore called Snowbound. But
Oh,
Chelsea
yeah.
just opened her shop in April.
oh,
Yeah,
Okay.
okay,
so
all
it's
right,
brand new. So
brand new.
it'll be
Oh,
something you guys can check out when you come up.
oh, awesome, cool. Is it over by John Teichman's?
Yep,
Is
it's right across the street from John's,
all
from the
right.
Emporium.
All
Yep.
right.
All right,
Yep.
cool. So
Yeah.
then we can hit both of them. That'll be awesome.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah,
Yeah.
well,
that's actually what we did on her grand opening weekend. We went to check it out and then walked across and saw John. And John's an old friend too. I used to actually nanny for his kids
oh,
when they
really?
and now they're in college. So
Oh,
wild.
yeah, that's awesome. Yeah,
We we had so much fun talking to them
yeah,
on our podcast. They were fun.
yeah,
Yeah, they
yeah,
are. Jeff and John are awesome.
yeah, they are.
So.
So, um, what's been your biggest challenge, like stepping into that role at Peace Pie? I mean, you know, is it
Um,
hard to switch gears from a brewery to a bakery? Or I mean, is it the same community or like, have there been any challenges, really?
it was a fairly easy transition. It's totally different hours, so that was nice to kind of have a more set and early day schedule. I'm always a more of a morning person, so
Yeah.
staying up late was sometimes a challenge for me. Um, but I would say the biggest challenge for us and me as it was just kind of coming into a new business. When I
hmm
came in, Peace Pie had only been open for 3 months, 4 months.
Oh, yeah, so
Um,
Okay.
brand new.
so it was just a lot of creating systems and uh,
Hmm.
SOPs and things that people don't really think about when you're first opening and or you can't think about until you're already operating and then you have to go back and say, "Oh yeah, I have to revamp this," or "Oh, I want to do this a little bit differently," or
hmm
things like that. So I think with any business, the first year is kind of that um,
Yeah.
setting the organizational structure and how you want everything to flow.
Nice.
So.
Do you feel like after a year and a half that that's pretty much worked out, or I'm sure it's always an evolution.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's always going to be evolving, but we're in a really great place right now. We're pretty solid. We have a really great staff. We have some folks that are really dedicated and want to be there, longer term. Um, and so we don't really anticipate a lot of turnover right now, which is
That's good.
amazing.
Yeah, that's yeah, because
Because
that's probably the biggest thing is
yeah.
turnover.
Yeah. Being a college town, it's really hard, to not have a lot of turnover sometimes. So, um, and especially when you're doing everything from scratch, handmade from scratch,
Yeah,
it's really important that people know the recipes, know the techniques and things. So, yeah.
yeah. Wow,
Yeah.
crazy. So you kind of mentioned that you were starting a side gig with sourdough. So what's going on with the sourdough?
Yeah, yeah. I have always loved baking bread and I kind of fell off with it for a little while and then recently in the last like 6 months was like, man, I forgot how much I love doing this and And then you just want to keep baking and baking and baking until you're like, oh, what am I gonna do with all the bread? Like, um, and so I was giving it away to people and they're like, oh, you should sell this. And I was like, I don't, I'm not gonna do the farmer's market or whatever
Right.
because I just don't have that time. But
Yeah.
then I was like, well, yeah, I could do like a subscription, people can sign up for a loaf a week or every other week or whatever. I don't care. Like whenever you want bread, I'll make it for you. Um, so yeah, so that kind of led to my creation of Butter and Crumb Bread Company. And
Awesome.
Wow.
so yeah, I've just been kicking that off. I did a little event. Someday I'll have to introduce you guys. A friend of mine, Justin Savu, has a woodsmithing. It's Wilson Creek Woodsmithing, and he does tree work and mill like lumber milling and stuff. But he every year does he just calls it the wood sale at his house and kind of clears out his lumber yard to make room for new stuff. But we've over the years, and I think this year was like the 15th year we've
Wow.
done it. We've created also like a little farmers and artisans market entity to the wood sale. And it's always just a really fun spring event. It's usually Mother's Day weekend, and we all get together and just bring whatever, whether you're making jewelry or bread or pottery or
Right.
whatever, and it's become really well known in the community too. I mean, I would say at least a couple hundred people roll
Well,
through there through the day, you know.
wow.
So
That's
does
awesome.
it have the name? I mean, what's it called again?
He just calls it the wood sale.
The wood sale.
The wood sale.
The
Yep.
wood sale.
Yeah. Um,
The wood sale,
so yeah.
nay.
So I kind of did a little kickoff for the bread company with or at the wood sale and made little mini loaves and sold out. People loved it. So
Awesome.
yeah.
Very nice. Very nice. And it kind of goes with pie. I mean, or beer, so
Yeah.
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 And it fits in with all the other kind of like food things that you've been doing, throughout your career and your life, It's just like,
Hmm.
oh,
Yeah.
Yeah,
it
one
all
thing
fits
I am
together.
working on, with the sourdough for the bakery is doing sourdough cinnamon rolls. So those will
Oh,
be rolling out in the menu in the near future. We've been
nice.
doing a lot of test batches, so staff's been very happy to give their feedback and
Yeah. Oh man. Love a good
but
cinnamon roll.
yeah.
I have a friend, her name's Stephanie. She and her husband own the Mother Loaf. They just opened it's kind of a reboot of one that they of a bakery that they had in Milan, Michigan, but
Okay.
then they reopened it in Corktown,
Mm,
and he does sourdough. That's his thing. He just does sour and well, I was reminded of it because he had on his Instagram account a picture of one with a cinnamon roll, like, and it
mm.
would look so delicious.
Yeah. No, I would love to talk to them sometime.
Oh, I should connect you because you remind me of Stephanie. Like you two, I think are like soul sisters somewhere, and you're gonna be get together, and you're like, yes.
Yeah, anything sourdough. I've been doing all kinds of weird experiments. My partner Phil's is my guinea pig, so
Can you make pretzels out of sourdough?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely.
Oh man.
Um, I even did macaroni and cheese, like homemade mac and cheese with using sourdough discard as the roux, and it was really good,
Wow.
really good.
Holy
So
cow. Oh man.
Wow.
Now I'm getting
yeah,
hungry.
you can work it in anywhere. You can make pancakes with it, waffles, whatever, muffins, bread, pretzels, you name
Awesome.
it.
So you
Uh,
mentioned that you're into fiber arts. What kind of fiber art? Like, because I love fiber art myself. You could see my little people on the screen. People that are listening to this won't be able to see it, but this is one of my little fiber art projects. But
Sweet. Yeah, I started knitting when I was like oh gosh, 12, maybe 13. And it's just kind of evolved into various forms of knitting, crocheting. I spin, like I have a spinning wheel and do spinning. I've done some felt work with like Nuno felting kind of things, jewelry making with fiber. Um, yeah.
You sell it,
And
or do you just for fun?
I was for a while. One of my other little businesses that I have is it's called Knitwitch Fiber and Beadwork.
Oh,
So that was something I did a lot in like the early 2000s to mid 2000s. I would do shows and go around, and I was also part of. I'm sure you both have been to Zero Degrees Gallery in Marquette, the
no.
artist co-op.
We haven't gone there yet. I
Oh,
got
I'll have to introduce you. It's such a great space. That would
What?
be that'd actually be kind of a fun article or interview, podcast interview to do with some of the artists there because I'm not a member any longer, but I think they probably have like 40 plus artists
Oh, wow.
that make up the co-op, and they have a very sweet gallery on Third Street,
Oh,
kind
okay.
of next door to the bodega, Cafe Bodega.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
I can,
um,
yep. I can
yeah,
I
picture
can
that one.
kind of see it.
yeah, it's kind of right on the corner. So,
Well, we'll have to check it out then because we're coming up there in August. End of
Yeah.
August. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
pre beer fest and such.
yeah.
So
So, yeah,
So,
I'm not sure. We after Beer Fest last year, I'm not really sure what the pie shop's gonna do, if we're gonna do it again or not. The pie violis kind of took us out last year.
they were really good.
they were awesome.
They were really good.
Yeah.
They were delicious, but making 1,000 of them really like we don't ever want to do that again.
Maybe just like little mini pies, you know?
Yeah,
People would be
yeah,
into
Maybe
that.
just pretzels, beer
Oh,
pretzels.
oh yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's actually something that Chris and I had been talking about of doing like spent grain pretzels or something like that. So
Yeah, that would be
yeah,
awesome.
he hasn't gotten rid of me yet. That's what I remind him every time I see him. Like,
You
Yeah,
guys
let
did a collaboration with them, didn't you? You made a beer, didn't you?
yeah, yeah, we did. We did a pumpkin chai spiced brown. It was really good. Um, and we used actually that beer to make infused whipped cream for the pie violis, the fruit pie violis at Beer Fest. So
very
yeah.
nice. Yeah, those were awesome. They tasted so good. Are you guys gonna do well, I know it's on the rocks as far as whether you'll do the piviolis, but are you gonna do any more like collaborations with Cognition or anybody else as far as like,
Yeah,
branching out with Peace
yeah.
Pie?
We um we are trying to set up a beer and pie pairing with Cognition, and then we had one in the works for our 1 year anniversary with Barrel and Beam, and then things kind of came apart at the seams on that one. But we want to try to make that happen in the future. Um, we're always open to doing collabs with folks. We were working with the courtyards to do a cocktail and pie pairing too, and then they actually have decided to sell. So the
Oh,
courtyards is no longer.
oh
They're
no.
just sticking with Lanyap now. They've had some structural changes too, but so we'll miss having them in our neighborhood and but look forward to working with them at Lanyap. So
Nice. Nice. Yeah. If anybody doesn't know what Lanyap is a Cajun restaurant right downtown that's fantastic. It's
It is.
super good.
It
Oh my
is.
Yeah,
God.
I just went there on Saturday actually for a friend's birthday.
Oh man. Yeah. I
It was
love
so
going
good.
there every time. It's like just
Yeah, shout out to them and Diggs downtown and also to the Delft and Donkers. All those folks are amazing. Um, we're trying to set up a little guest chef dinner with Pat and Alyssa at Diggs. Alyssa's an amazing chef, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what she comes up with.
yeah, that
So
So,
would be
where's
great.
Diggs at? Is that the one that's down by the water?
nope, it's right kind of across from Lanyap in the Delph, right
Okay.
on Washington
Okay.
Street there.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yep.
So,
So, my next question on my list here is, do you have any favorite Upper Peninsula restaurants we need to check out the next time we're there? So, is there anything new that we should check out that we need to add to the list? Doesn't need to be in Marquette. It could be
Nagani, Ishpeming,
Nagani.
yeah, have you guys
Houghton.
um yeah, no, I mean I have family there, so I'm up that way all the time too. Um, have you checked out Stregonona yet?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yes, you did the,
Yeah.
yep, I remember now. You talked with Rachel.
I think it was
Yeah.
was that
Yeah,
last year?
Strega is great. There's a new little sandwich shop in Nagani called Slap Shots.
Oh,
Bryce Sturmer, who opened Velodrome Coffee, has opened now Slap Shots, and it's a sweet little place to check out. They
excellent.
have anything from breakfast sandwiches right down to, you know, Kodigi and whatnot. Um,
Nice.
Okay. All right.
Nice.
so that's a new one. There's a new tequila and taqueria in on Baraga Street in Marquette. Uh,
Really? Oh,
Oh,
we
cool.
just
really?
went there for the first time. It's the people that own La Katrina Mexican restaurant have opened. It's very different from Marquette. It's very like I don't know, hip. It's got a real city vibe to it. So it's
Awesome.
kind of fun
Yeah.
to have something a little different like that.
Yeah. Well,
And
yeah, that's what I think is also cool about Marquette is that it's a small town, but you have like such a variety of different things, like a killer Cajun restaurant, different places that serve different food, but also awesome food. But I guess maybe that's a function of it being a college town. I don't know.
yeah, there is a new restaurant in the Ramada of all places called Slabs. If
Really?
you, yeah, and that's another one where you kind of feel like you're not in Marquette. You feel like you're in the city somewhere. And we've actually partnered with them to do a slabs exclusive. They're little mini slab pies. So instead of being like a round pie, they come in their own little individual tray um, of a Michigan cherry slabs pie.
Oh, cool.
Oh.
So what
So
is like what kind of food is slabs? I'm imagining ribs, but I don't know.
uh, the slabs name comes from the idea of making like shared plate type meals. So you
Oh,
can order individual meals or you can order off their slabs menu and share it with, like four other people. And they have a pretty wide menu.
uh,
Like we
th-
went there at the holidays with the pie shop and we had chicken shawarma slab, but they have like Oysters Casino, or they have tomahawk steaks, or soft shell crab eggs Benedict for breakfast. Like
wow.
it's all over the board and it's all really good.
So is that like so I'm still trying to envision what this is. Is it like tapas where it's like little tiny plates or is it
No,
like a
no,
big
it's
family, like a big,
yeah, it's
big ass
just like a
plate in
big
the middle of the table?
platter
Oh,
kind
awesome.
of
All right.
food.
Now that sounds up my alley right there.
Um,
That sounds
Yeah,
fun.
yeah, definitely check those guys out. And they are also their company also owns like Tracy's and the Roman and in Munising Gallery Coffee in Munising.
Mm.
They just bought the building where Steinhaus was.
Oh,
Steinhaus, unfortunately, has decided to close up shop, which is a
ah,
super bummer because I love that restaurant.
yeah.
Um, but they're going to be opening a breakfast joint there and another location of Gallery Coffee on the corner where Boomerang Retro and Relics used to be.
Ah,
So
awesome.
yeah, definitely check those guys out.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
some
And
yeah. I'll have a
and
full list in our show notes for everybody. So if
That's
people are
right.
taking notes, I'll make a list in the show notes so people can get their restaurant list for Beer Fest.
That's right.
Like
yeah,
Yeah.
for
gather it
sure.
up, people.
Yeah, and if you're if you're heading up, you said the Keweenaw, if you're heading up to the Keweenaw Peninsula, definitely check out Fitzgerald's.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys have been there or not, but
Oh yeah. We
yeah.
we went there
Yeah, we just went there a
years
couple weekends
ago.
ago and man, I love that place.
Yeah.
But make your reservations because you won't get in if you don't.
Oh,
I
okay.
think
That's a
we should
good
make
tip.
our reservations now because we're
Yeah.
gonna go up like the 3 days,
Prior
like
to
right
the
after Labor Day. So
yep.
like we'll be
Yeah,
there like that,
do it.
like at right after Labor Day, and we actually have an Airbnb we actually got the Airbnb that we could closest
Oh,
to
nice.
fit,
Yeah.
Nice.
so we can
I think
go.
we can walk.
Oh, perfect.
I
Yeah.
know. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, we'll have to make reservations for every night because I don't. There's no other reason to go anywhere else.
I
Yeah,
know.
exactly. So,
I remember going there because we went during the pandemic. You know, when all their rooms were closed because you could stay
mhm.
there, and they were so you just had to like queue up outside, and then you could order stuff to go. I remember doing that. It's like, oh, this is so good.
Yeah,
But
it is. It's just they can't do anything wrong, really.
yeah.
Truly.
Yeah, and they've got
And
a great
they're
bar too. Yeah, the bar used to be great. I'm assuming it still is, where you
it
could.
it is. It's the only bar I've ever been to in the state of Michigan that had uh Belgian beer on tap. They had a Rodenbach vintage. And I was
Oh.
like, what? And then just similarly, this when we were there a couple weekends ago, um, my partner was ecstatic that they had his favorite scotch.
Yeah,
Uh,
Oh,
because they have a
so
killer
yeah,
Scotch selection there. It's
yeah,
like,
their whiskey and Scotch list is like
yeah,
killer. So,
yeah,
yeah.
but
fantastic.
yeah, so
So
shout out to my Keweenaw people.
well, we're gonna spend. We're gonna go up. We're gonna walk the bridge this year with. So for people that are not familiar that are listening, I just assume everybody knows all the Michigan things. Um, but we're walking on Labor Day. They shut down the bridge, the Mackinac Bridge that connects the upper and lower peninsulas in Michigan. And you can walk over the bridge. And sometimes the governor's there. The lieutenant governor was there last year when we were there, but Angie couldn't go. So we're going to do it again this year. So Angie could walk the bridge with us again.
Hmm.
And then we're going to zip over and hang out. Well, first we're going to hit the record sale at Ordock in Marquette.
Jeff and
Nice.
And
John.
then we're going to, yeah, with John. And then we're going to zip up to the Keweenaw for 3 nights, I think,
Hmm.
with Angie and Jeff, and then Diane and Pete
Oh, fun.
come see.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. So so we'll be up there. We'll have fun.
yeah.
And
So,
Yeah.
we'll stop by Peace Pie and grab some pie on our way through.
Well, shoot, maybe we'll join you all.
there you go.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, you
heck
should.
yeah, that would be
You
awesome.
should.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. That's
So
like
that's
my escape time is going to the Keweenaw. My cousin, I'm fortunate enough to have family there, like I said, and my cousin has a beautiful property on the Trap Rock River with a little cabin that basically
wow.
just get to stay anytime. So
Oh,
I
that's cool.
love it.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
we're
a
gonna
great
hopefully
area.
do some hiking and, hang out and, you know.
And
Have
go
you
eat
done
the fits.
Estevan Pines in Copper Harbor?
Years and years and
Mm,
years and years ago. But
Yeah,
I haven't.
that's a fun hike.
yeah,
It's really amazing. The old growth there is intense.
Yeah, but you got to
Um,
take that like 2-track because it's like
Yeah,
past
it's a
Copper Harbor and then out in a 2-track, and you're like, are we supposed to be out here?
yeah. They have it pretty well marked though. They've
Oh,
re-signed
good.
everything now, and it is a little more visited than back in the day, but
Okay,
no, it's
because
still fun.
this was probably
And
like maybe like
check out the
20.
rocket range.
Oh,
Like that's a little more too tracky to get to up by High Rock Bay and yeah,
nice. Yeah,
but
yeah. We're just gonna go kind of explore that area, but yeah, definitely go eat the fits, man. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
sure.
So we're winding down the interview. Remember when I said, the hour's going to fly by? Guess
Yeah.
what? We're almost at an hour. So we're going to be wrapping it up. So if there's stuff you want to get in here into the interview, now's your chance. Um, but this is the part of the interview that I call the rapid fire fun. Um, so is it pop or soda?
Soda.
Soda. Oh, wow.
Soda.
Crazy. Is that like a UP thing? Does everybody call it soda, or are you
I
somehow from the east?
well, I am jokingly a Finn Billy, a Finn Hill. My dad's from Kentucky and my mom's from the Keweenaw, so uh, in Kentucky it's soda
Yeah.
or a Coke.
A
Everything's a
Coke.
Coke.
Yeah, everything's a Coke.
So I don't know, it's just kind of stuck with me. Soda.
Awesome.
So your
Uh,
pasties, ketchup, gravy, or nothing at all?
Ooh, ketchup or nothing.
ah,
Gravy, no,
oh,
no.
very nice.
You can do the next question, Chuck.
Oh, so Uber dogs or Kudgi?
Kudigi.
Oh,
And
nice.
I make my own kudigi, so
You do?
yes.
Oh.
Oh,
Yes, I have yet to enter it though in the Ishpeming Italian Fest Kudigi competition. So maybe this will be the year.
yeah. When is that? That
It's
that sounds
usually
awesome.
towards I think the end of July.
Oh,
They do it out at Alqual and it's a big to do with fireworks and everything. It's kind of crazy.
oh man, we're
So do
gonna
you
have to
want to
put.
explain what kudigi is for our listeners that might not be aware?
Yeah, it's a sausage that is formed into a patty, but kind of in Northern Italian style spices. So it's got dry red wine in it, things like mace and allspice and cinnamon, cardamom. It's a real warm and sometimes can get real spicy. Like there's a faction here where it's like either you like really spicy kudigi or not spicy at all.
Yeah.
Um, and then there's also the uh, pizza sauce and mozzarella faction or the mustard and onion faction. Like here, there's a clear divide.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the gravy and ketchup on the pasty thing, but
Yeah.
yeah,
And
yeah.
I think and I can't remember. It might have been Chris who used to own the Chelsea Ale House, but um,
Oh, yeah.
I think he mentioned that like old school was like mustard and onions, and the new
Hmm.
school was more the mozzarella and
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, and it's kind of a local thing. Like it's expanded through the UP, so I guess regional local of the UP, but outside of the UP, nobody really knows what Kudigi is
Yeah.
unless you've been here.
Right. Right. Yeah, because I think that's
So,
because yeah, I think it's from the UP or they spent a lot of time there, but he introduced Kudigi to the Chelsea area and they were like, "What in the hell is this?" But it's delicious. And I
it
always get
is.
it
It is. It's
at
really good on
Congress.
pizza too.
Yeah, well, I was just gonna
That's
say Congress Pizza when I order
Yep.
a pizza there,
Hmm.
Kudigi. Hell
Yep.
yeah.
Kudigi with banana peppers. That's my favorite at
Oh
Congress.
yeah. Oh, Christ. Now I gotta get out there now.
So,
So what's the one thing you wish people knew about Michigan?
Ooh, that's a hard one because being in Michigan, like you just think everybody knows everything about it.
Yeah.
Um, I think the UP, especially the natural beauty and the coastline, especially Lake Superior coastline. Um, I don't think people really realize, you know, the depth of wilderness that we have here and how you really can just kind of get lost in a good way
Yeah.
and in a bad way if you're not careful.
Right.
Um, I do kind of remember like living in Austin and people are like, what is the UP? Like what or what do you do in Michigan? Isn't it just like car factories and whatever? And I'm like, no, no, there's like thousands of miles of coastline that would blow your mind. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Especially
Mhm.
Lake Superior. That
Mhm.
it's a freshwater ocean, really.
Yeah, yeah,
It's crazy.
yeah, it is. It is the saltless sea.
Yeah. Yeah. Hell yeah. So, Janelle, we have one last question for you, and that is, what is your perfect day in Michigan? So, like, where would you go? What would you do? And what drink would you be enjoying?
Ooh. Hmm. It would have to be somewhere along Lake Superior. Um, Definitely. I mean, I am very partial to, if I were sticking locally, going up the 550.
Hmm.
That's driving the 550 is one of my most favorite things in the world. And stopping off at any of number of the beaches there. Mainly my little secret spot, which I won't tell anybody because I don't want to see you there.
That's okay.
Um, because it's a good little drive up the 550 and then a little hike through the woods and then you're on the beach and it's a part that nobody really hangs out at. So it's
Nice.
in the summer, that's my favorite. And
Perfect.
I would probably be drinking some kind of sour beer from Cog. Chris has ruined me for any other beers, either that or Rodenbach Grand Cru.
Oh, awesome.
That's my other fave. Or a glass of wine.
Excellent.
There you go. There you go.
So, yeah.
I talk about Chris's sours all the time. Like when people bring up sours, I'm like, you haven't had a sour until you've had Chris's sours.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what
Yeah, he's a good one.
awesome. Awesome.
So,
All right.
but
Well,
yeah, no,
Thank
I
you.
appreciate you guys having me on. It's been fun.
Yeah, it was
yeah.
fun. It
Yeah.
was fun. And I learned a bunch of stuff today about the UP, and I've got a whole long list of things I'm going to do when I'm up there in September.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. And we'll have you over down on the Stonington and cook you dinner and hang out down there too, because that's a whole nother fun coast on the Michigan end. So Lake Michigan end.
Cool.
So
Awesome. Well, sounds good. Well,
yeah.
thank you so much, Janelle.
Yeah, I look forward to seeing you not on a screen.
Soon,
Awesome. Yeah.
couple months.
All right. See ya.
So
Thank you so much for listening. Be sure to hit subscribe on your favorite podcast service to catch every episode of Life in Michigan. Help us spread the word by rating the show, sharing it with your friends, your neighbors, your family, your mail carrier. Share it with everybody, and leave a comment. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Stay connected by following us on our website and social media. This is a Life in Michigan production. Until next time, take care and have a fantabulous day in Michigan.